We made it. Week 15 is on the horizon. The best ball playoffs. You're in the right place for this occasion. We're even going to rip a little intro here. Why not? Why not? Nope, not that button. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, guys. It's week 15. That means that, 3 weeks, there's going to be like $30 million in best ball prizes awarded, something like that. At least 2 people out there are going to win $2 million. Hashtag let it be me. If not me, it's clearly going to be one of you guys. We're here, folks. We're here. We usually do this Wednesday, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a little combo. We're going to talk a little bit about the best ball teams making the playoffs. And then we're going to talk about playoff best ball, not to be confused with each other. They're different. Let's see here. DraftKings has made the pods. And so what that means is you can see your team. And the way it works on DraftKings is you can see your team, but you cannot see the teams in the pod with you until the games start, I think is how that works. So rough count for me in the $2 million contest. I think I got 36 of 150 through to the playoffs. Please tell me you guys understand what I'm doing when I do that voice inflection. So what is that? 36 out of 150. That's not counting wild cards. That's 24%. And this is easier done on the phone. So let me just check on the phone because we have these pods here, but maybe I got some wild cards there. Let's see here. Okay. So it's showing me for 80 teams right now. 2 5-5-5s, 2 out of 10. So ran relatively good there. 2 out of 10, nothing crazy. Didn't do that many. That's the best shot at winning $1 million, obviously. I don't know how, I can see the teams on the app, but okay, yes. Okay, this is the team. Cool. So we can see our team. And then the player pool is, I guess, the players in the pod. I don't know. We're clearly doing this live, folks. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, man. The young ones probably don't know who that is. By the way, we're having a little after work beverage because it's the playoffs. Anyways. Okay, this is playoff best ball. So in case you are confused, first off, welcome to the Best Ball channel. I'm Liam Murphy, your host. But playoff best ball is the actual NFL playoffs. And I'll have my content live on site tomorrow, which will be a combo of written. Typically what I do is I do a write-up. And honestly, I was going to do the write-up last week, but what I was going to write is hey, I think the Colts are frauds. And it's well, everyone thinks the Colts are frauds now, clearly. Rest in peace, Daniel Jones. I think the Broncos are frauds. Everyone thinks the Broncos are frauds. But then I usually do some private streams too. I just upload videos for the beatbestball.com subs, just showing you drafting some teams. The Gauntlet just went live on Underdog, so we'll draft some of those. But okay, this is the entry fee, what it's showing you there on DK is it showing you your EV. your EV. So these are the pre-draft ones. And I think I got 50 something there. And I think the best way to do that is we're going to Control F, NFL best ball, and then we're going to do 1 mil training. Okay, that would be a great system, but it won't load everything. So let's make our screen really small. Let's try to Command F again. Okay, whatever. I got 50 something. So really crushed advance rates in the pre-draft DK. The post-draft, I don't think they've made those pods yet. So how that works if you're new is those are just sitting as tickets in the account. Yeah, you can see I have 37 tickets in the account. So what that tells me, actually you can't see that. What that tells me is I think I manually counted 36. So I think I advanced 36 teams and I got 1 wildcard team due to overlay. They're still making those pods. Doesn't really matter. You can't even see the pods, right? So here's my 555 teams that made the playoffs. You can see your team, but that's it. Hey guys, thanks for riding with me. Thanks for riding with me. Hey, what if Ayuk plays off the bye? How dramatic would that be? Come on, man. All right, this is a Hurts Dak team. It's pretty fun. Big time sweat for not only me, but also like everyone is like, is Lamb going to play? Is Achane going to play? Big Q. I want to say I was at roughly like 31. So I picked up something like 5 teams in the DK Millie Maker. Now, the difference between DK and Underdog for me is I did most of my DKs on like the last week of the season. And I did like batches of 20 drafts at the same time on my phone. So they're not like as organized. Not the 555s. Another 555 team is an Achane Puka team. You got Pickens. It's got some pieces. It's a fun team. Pause the video if you want to look at it. It's got Hampton coming back. It has May, Herbert, Stafford. We'll look more in depth at these teams if they make week 16, week 17. We'll probably do a stream tomorrow too. So just intro stream here. Picked up 5 teams in the DK $20. Lost 5 teams. I think my expected on BBMDB was like 31 teams. Dropped to 26. So gained 5 teams on DK, lost 5 on Underdog. Drafted Underdog throughout the year. Appreciate you, man. Good content this summer. You know what? We're just getting started. I feel like I didn't write enough this year. I'm going to write more next year. That's my mantra. What I did write was good, but I want to write even more. And I learn things every year in best ball. Sometimes you repeat the lessons you learned. So total prize is 613. Again, DraftKings displays the expected value of your ticket. So if you win a pre-draft pod, that ticket is worth $613. If you win a 555 pod, that ticket is worth, which is 2 out of 8, by the way. Only got a top 25% advance. That ticket is worth $24,000 in EV. So basically, one advancing team in the 555 would cover my EV of my entries, but obviously the real life dollars is not any, it's really hard to realize your EV in these things, Okay. We'll look at DK. You know what? We'll probably look at DK more like, I don't know, later in the week, because post Thursday, you can actually see the teams unless the games have started. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to sweat DK, is what it is. For me, no. I had 37 tickets, unless you're talking about yourself. Please, brother. It's $100 a year. All right, BBM. How did we do? 26. Hashtag perfectly balanced. Now, people know I'm not an advance rate bro. Oh, you lost your teams? I don't know what to tell you, man. You counted wrong, So, yeah, I was at 30. is what it is. Didn't have a crushing advance rate year. It doesn't really matter. People hate to hear this because it's the biggest portion of the season. But the truth is, whether you advanced 25 teams, 10 teams, 50 teams, this is a quality game. It is a quality game, okay? It's not a quantity game. You could feel good about 50. Go ahead. Give yourself a little pat on the back. I advanced 50 plus in the DK pre-draft, right? But here's the math from BBM 5, roughly similar for BBM 6. If you advanced, it's courtesy of beatbestball.com, $100 a year. If you advanced 25 teams, so that's mathematical expectation out of a 150 drafter, you can expect to have one team in the finals, at least one team, 11.7% of the time. Right? Your expected teams is 0.12 teams. That's not, humans can't think like that, so it's better to switch this into probability math. If you advance 75 teams, so 3 times the amount, what does your expectation go for a finals team? Up to 31%. So you can triple your teams and you're still not a 50% chance to get a team to the finals. If you advanced all of your teams, you're only a coin flip to get a team, at least one team into the finals, right? I advanced 19 teams last year. I had 2 teams in the finals. So it's really hard to project this stuff. It's not an advanced rate game, okay? It's not. I don't understand the Steve joke, but I got some teams I like here. Something I think is really exciting here is the highest scoring teams. Okay, these are easy teams to like, right? May and Darnold, great. Maybe even Richardson, Gibbs, Taylor, Cook, Walker, fantastic. A bunch of creative players at wide receiver because it's hyper fragile. It has Trey McBride. If I had to say a player that would be on the BBM champ, Trey McBride is an easy choice because he plays the Bengals week 17. The difference between me and others is I've been saying that since the summer, right? But exciting teams are, these teams that barely made it in. They didn't score that many points. They were drafted in May. They barely squeaked it into the playoffs. Let's look at them. Okay, this team is a Love Herbert team. Cool. 2 live quarterbacks that are good. That, kind of they both could contribute. They're pretty much even on the year. Then it's got 4 awesome running backs, Gene-T, Achane, Jacobs, Cook. And what's rare is 3rd round Jacobs. It's definitely rare that I took Gene-T at 7. Definitely a player you would not want if you're trying to advance. Achane in the 2nd, good. Jacobs in the 3rd, great. Super rare. I went ahead and looked it up, and I think this combo itself has barely been done. And then Cook in the 4th. Smart. Then it went Kittle. Then it went a bunch of crappy wide receivers that now are not looking as bad. Jerry Jeudy doesn't look as bad now. Jaden Reed is playing. Let's go. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for becoming a member. Gene-T, awesome. I think obviously, J-Boy, if you would allow me to player swap Gene-T to Puka, I would. But the rarity of this combo is super rare. And let's look at the Raiders' schedule. They play the Giants week 17. Okay, Eagles, bad matchup. Texans, bad matchup. Giants week 17. Could Gene-T get 30 there? Yes, he could. Is it going to be hard to get a Gene-T team into the playoffs? Yes, it is. Right? And then I guess the reason it made the playoffs is off the back of Michael Wilson and the Dontavian Wicks Thursday night game. And then what's fun is it's got Jalen Wright with Achane. So, hey, I don't want Achane to miss time, but, we got the backup there. And it's got enough of a pulse at wide receiver to maybe get it done. My other 2nd lowest scoring team that barely made it in is also an Achane Jalen Wright team. So hey, Jalen Wright took his sweet time, but coming in clutch at the right time there. Coming off the back of a 17-point game. Dak, Stroud, Tua, good. Achane, Cook, Montgomery, right. Sean Tucker, great. Lamb, please play. Mike Evans might play. So this is a Mike Evans Kittle team. That alone has to be super rare. Jennings, Igbuka, Higgins, Palmer, Slayton, Jalen Tolbert. Never say never. Kittle, rest in peace, Tucker Kraft. We're gonna get to playoff best ball a little bit later. Raise it. We'll do a team before we go. I'm not qualified for such a deep question, such as will Justin Fields play this week? When do pods come out? My guess is Thursday. Okay. Every site has different providers, whatever. I think another exciting team I have is this team. If someone asked me, hey, what's your team of destiny? This team is just going to be so unlike every single team in the field. Because what is the chalk makeup of a team this year? It's 2 to 3 to 4 good running backs. So it's Gibbs, Achane, it's Jacobs, Bijan, it's Cook, it's, etc. CMC. And then it's a bunch of wide receivers like Stephon Diggs, Darnell Mooney, Jaden Higgins, whatever. But you know what structure is going to be super rare to advance this year is this. So I went Chase, McBride, so got that correlation. And then I think I drafted this one on stream. And I remember saying and still think that, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up Josh Allen to the 301. Why? Well, it will allow me to get Josh with Chase without Burrow. And you know what? This team probably does not make the playoffs without that. So rare to already do. Josh Allen with these guys. Then it went 0 RB. It went Metcalf, Pickens, 5th round Pickens, Debo, Diggs, Keon. So we got week 17 correlation, Chase McBride. We got Pickens, Debo. And then it's got, Diggs as your wide receiver 5. Awesome. Or maybe Samuel. Depends on your purview. It's got a lot of brand guys. I won BBM2 with Josh Allen and Jamar Chase. Check. I won the 555 with Trey McBride. Check. We got the Pickens Debo week 17 correlation. And then it's 0 RB. And it's, hey, this is not the best group, but it's good enough. Okay, first off, Kincaid as the tight end 2. Awesome. Dalton Kincaid is good at football. Eat it, haters. People used to literally tease me for Kincaid, and the dude's electric. Okay, so zoom out a little bit. Zoom out. We got Tracy, and honestly, Tracy is a pretty exciting piece to have. Did he fall into this? Yes, but you got Commanders, great matchup. Vikings, could be worse. And then Raiders, awesome matchup. And then it's got Ramondre. You know who Ramondre plays this week? The Jets. Okay? Could Ramondre score a couple rushing touchdowns? Oh, no, I'm sorry. He plays the Patriots this week, then the Jets. Right? No, he plays the Jets week 17. That's what I was so focused on the week 17. That's why I said. Plays the Bills. Definitely a better team to run on than pass on. Plays the Ravens. They could be falling apart. But then, very importantly, he plays the Jets week 17. So could see him having a good week there. Jaden Blue, okay, most likely an absolute 0. Move on. Rashad White actually was playing a lot recently and gets the Dolphins week 17. Richardson as the QB2. Your QB2 does not matter when you have Josh Allen. Okay, but Richardson might play. Phillip Rivers, guys, my God. Braylon Allen, almost certainly out for the year. Will Shipley, he is seeing the field. Most likely need a Saquon injury for that to matter. And then the savior of the team is Woody Marks. And the Texans schedule is honestly pretty good. Number one, they have like the best defense maybe of all time. Not even hyperbole there. I think when you take into account like the rules that defenses have to play with this in this climate and the quarterbacks they're playing, like super impressive. But they get the Cardinals plus matchup, Raiders plus matchup, and then the Chargers are also a run funnel. So, and then you fell into the Adonai Mitchell Diggs stack for week 17. The Adonai Mitchell Ramondre Diggs stack, that's fun. So you got a lot of week 17 correlation. And really the running back room is Tracy, Ramondre, White, and Marks. And the dream for a team like this, guys, is, the running, they do enough week 15, right? Because the pods are not that big. The pods are whatever, 12 people or something. I think you got to go 1 of 12. So you want your skill players. You want someone to drag you along. Chase drops 50. Josh Allen drops 50. McBride drops 50. Whatever. Pick it, Metcalf drops 50. You want someone to pull you along and you get by. Same thing week 16. You want a player to pull you along and you get by. And then week 17, that's when they go nuke. Tracy has a 30-point game. Ramondre, plus you get the skill points. I could see a team like this winning. I really could. Super unique build in this. A lot of people built zero RB. And this is how I like to build zero RB, by the way. You go elite tight end, you go elite quarterback, and you go wide receiver. It really kind of helps, right? Because this team, they're not making it without McBride and Allen filling in the QB and tight end spot. You're just not making it with Tracy, Ramondre. Are there better running backs I could have taken? Yes. I almost got Judkins. I don't know if I would have taken him. But, if Jaden Blue is Judkins, you're like, holy cow, right? Braylon Allen, who could he have been? He could have been Jalen Wright. That's all of a sudden looking good. Or Rico Dowdle, right? But super exciting type of team, So this is a team where you're like, really, dude? Your RBs are Tracy, Ramondre, White, Woody Marks? Come on, give me a break. But no, you could see that. You just need some down weeks from the right players. I just randomly clicked on that team again. Drafted August 5th, if you're curious. So the HN injury is pretty huge for me, whether he's going to play or not, considering he's on a lot of these teams. I'm also quite excited for these May teams. A May team is just inherently going to be more rare, right? Okay, Nico CMC, rare. Cook in the 3rd. Not many people did that. Hunter, dead. Not good. Olave, Henderson in the 6th. Ibuka in the 7th. There's just not that many teams that got Henderson, Ibuka in the 6-7. 6-7. If you have a middle schooler, that would play. Luther Burden in the 8th. Trey Harris in the 9th. Mason in the 10th. Trevor Stroud. Tillman. Man. Strange, Hunter, Gesicki. Fun. Super fun. Let's look at some week 15 matchups real quick. We're not going to go as long for this stream. Going to look at some high-stakes teams. Going to look at some underdog teams. Going to draft playoff best ball. I live in Miami. HN is a good, no restrictions. You know what, man? I want to take your word from it, but I'm still nervous. That's what I've heard, but I'm still nervous. BBM Portfolio EV Calculator did a good job illustrating your point about gritty team builds. I don't exactly know what you're saying there, Min Cash, but what I did say about the gritty team builds is that, hey, you know what you don't want to do? You don't want to show up into the playoffs with a terrible wide receiver room. If your wide receiver room is the best running backs in football, but then you got DJ Moore, you got Andre Yoshivas, all these guys, you're not excited about it. You also have an Allen McBride Chase team? I don't think so, dude. I have the only one. I'm just kidding. But let's look it up. Let's look at how rare it is in comparison. Because these are the decisions, you make offhand. Oh, I'm going to take Josh Allen here. These are the decisions that can win you $2 million. Okay, let's see. Only 694 teams with that. What happens if we replace Allen with Burrow? The number goes up to 4,000. So by about a factor of 5, it was rarer to do this with Josh Allen, right? And, is it logical Chase can have a good game and Josh Allen outscores him? Yes, right? What was I looking at? Week 15. Okay, these are the games you want, guys. Not going to lie, seems like a good bounce back for Lamar. Also, the Bengals pieces are fun there. Falcons, Bucks. I really think Thursday Night Football is so sloppy that I'm really going to emphasize being aware of who plays Thursday night more in the future. Maybe not as much week 17 because there is no Thursday night. It's like all Christmas. But yeah, it's like it's so hard to play Thursday Night Football for these guys. You see it every week. Okay. Eagles, Raiders, okay, could be a beat up. Texans, Cardinals, okay, could be a beat up. Important that Michael Wilson is playing the Texans defense. Bills, Patriots, interesting one. Good spot for Kincaid. I think the Bills win this. Chiefs, Chargers, doesn't profile as high scoring to me. Jaguars, Jets, kind of seems like ETN could have a game. Giants, Commanders, you could see some nonsense scoring out of this. Two bad defenses. Bears, Browns, another game you could see some nonsense scoring. Saints, Panthers, good spot for Rico and or Chuba. Colts, Seahawks becomes super interesting with who's playing quarterback for them. Lions, Rams seems like the nut spot for Puka. Lions definitely a team you can throw the football on. So Puka, Adams, huge boost here. Packers, Broncos, seems like a terrible spot for Broncos. Broncos are not a good offense anyways. Not a great defense for the Packers to be playing either. 49ers, Titans seems like a great spot for the 49ers pieces. Cowboys, Vikings. Man, can you be excited for any Vikings matchups? I don't know. And then a big one here is Dolphins, Steelers. Steelers defense is terrible. Dolphins defense is not great. So Jalen Warren, Metcalf, Waddle, Achane, exciting spot for them. Is average advance rate approximately the same with any max entry size? I don't exactly know what you're asking, but if, for example, you're saying, hey, if you only draft 10 teams, are you also expected to have 25 teams in the playoffs? Of course not. If you're asking, hey, if you draft 10 teams, is your expected advance rate the same percentage as someone who drafts as 150? Yes, but it's going to be a lot more random and or variance with a smaller number drafted, right? This is the week to flex your high advance rates if you got them. Flex them if you got them. But yeah, that quickly, again, someone tagged me on Twitter. He advanced 85 teams. It's got to be the most of anyone. 85 at 150. No one will have more than 10 teams next week. Okay? So it becomes a quality game quite quickly, whether you want to admit it or not. Interesting slate of games here for week 15, though. I'm not a high stakes bro. I'm not a managed league bro, but I did. First off, snuck into the playoffs for best ball. Only did 3 on FFPC. We've had our grievances. It's in the past, though. So of 3, one made the playoffs. Nice to sneak one in there. Team is, I don't know, man. Team is very injured. Caleb, Trevor, Rogers, Achane, Cook, Hunt, Tucker, both the Eagles guys. Puka, Waddle. It's like a Puka Waddle wide receiver team. And then Colston Loveland. More importantly, my one solo team we won. We won the league playoffs. We won, and we made the sprint. So I think it won I think it gets a free main event, and it wins $2,000 to $4,000. And then super question for me is okay, Lamar. I'm going with Lamar against the Bengals, even though I have Stafford. Right? He's gonna be so much lower owned than Stafford. This is managed. The way it works for the FFPC is whoever's the highest scoring, weeks 15, 16, 17, wins the contest, averaged with your regular season score. Okay, huge question for me is Achane. I have Achane. Good news for me. I also have Ollie Gordon. So, like, worst case, I could gamble it. I could roll with Achane, and if I have to, I play Gordon. Cook, not benching Cook. Igbuka, I'm not benching Igbuka. I know it's super negative about him, but I'm not benching him. Waddle, not benching Waddle. Bowers, locked. And then what becomes really interesting for me is, like, this team has a lot of depth. Okay, as Michael Wilson, I kind of want to bench him this week against the Texans. I just think no one else is going to do it. And it's the Texans. I got to look into it more, but I'm kind of tempted to bench a guy who just scored 37 points. Like, these are the moves you got to make to win this thing. Who would I bench him for? Good question. Rico Dowdle against the Saints. So, yeah, I don't know. A lot of soul searching there. I also have guys like Rashid Shaheed, Luther Burden on the bench. Dalton Kincaid. I don't want to bench Dalton Kincaid. The Patriots are one of the worst defenses in football against the tight end. And he's healthy, so I don't know. Tough spot here. The real questions for me is, like, do I have the stones to bench Wilson for Rico Dowdle? And then, yeah, we're rocking with the double kicker. Always got to have 2 kickers in case he gets hurt. And then triple defense. Plan is kind of like the Bears this week and probably Saints the next 2. I kept the Ravens because I was playing them before. And you never know, like, the quarterbacks they're facing could get hurt and the Ravens become a good play, but great team. Honestly, team is stacked. This is a main event. Did 2 solo teams on the RT Sports, and we also made the sprint. We had to do it the hard way. We had to win this week. So our league championship is this week. We dropped 165. It's a Stafford and May team. Gonna clearly play Stafford against the Lions and not May versus the Bills. That's a terrible spot. Cook and Warren, Nico, Metcalf, Kincaid, Puka. Weakest, like, this one doesn't have, like, it's flex spot is weak. Okay. It's got Tony Pollard. Also got guys like Kayshawn Moody, Keon Coleman, Josh Downs, Matt Collins, Colston Loveland, who I played last week in flex. Didn't play Tony. But, Tony Pollard just dropped that game. I don't know. Then it's got Puka. Puka's schedule is so nutted for this playoffs. Lions, Seahawks, not great, but then Atlanta, great. Again, it's got the double kickers, triple defenses. So, only did 3 managed teams solo. This one I did with Tolan, busted. The one I did with Ron and Jacob also busted. But of the 3, made the championship in 2 of them. Hashtag managed league bro. I don't know, man. So benching Michael Wilson, you feel like a real effing idiot if it blows up in your face. Okay. That's what I'm going to say there. Okay. Let's see. Let's just name a player, guys. Name a couple players. Gordon over Rico. Well, the point is that the Dolphins play week 17. I mean, they play a Monday Night Football. So I don't have the liberty to play Dowdle and see if Achane plays. Brian Thomas Jr., Garrett Wilson. I didn't draft any Garrett Wilson. So I can tell you that one is a 0. I drafted some on DK. But yeah, your fades are super important. And why did I fade him? Because Justin Fields is his quarterback. Brian Thomas Jr., I think I got 1 Brian Thomas team. And honestly, could make some noise this team. Went 1 for 16 here. Super hard player to advance. Josh Allen and Purdy, CMC Cook, Aaron Jones, Rashad White, Jalen Wright. Man, the Jalen Wright shares, if that is winning BBM, my God. Brian Thomas, Rome, Olave, Ayuk, please play, dude. Keon, Dobbs, Douglas, Roman Wilson, who got benched for Thielen last week. Curtis Samuel, he's on IR, could play though. Kincaid, Ferg. I do have this on one team. Someone else said Mike Evans. I drafted a lot of Mike Evans. Why? Because he plays the Dolphins week 17. He might actually play. So this one is a Allen, Mayfield, Achane, Etienne, Davis, Dowdle, Hill, Lloyd, and Lloyd might play. Puka, Mike, Olave, Pickens, Cup, Keon, Kirk, Palmer, Kittle, Otten. A lot of like there. This is a Mayfield, Goff, Gibbs, Achane, Spears, Corum, Mike Evans, Smith, Addison, Olave, Shakir, Dobbs, Keenan, Ray McLeod, Jonnu Kincaid. Expensive Jonnu for sure. Dak Stroud, Tua, Achane, Cook, Montgomery. We already looked at this team. Lamb, Mike, Jennings, Igbu. This team's honestly pretty sick. The Mike Evans Kittle combo is pretty nice. And that's what you want to see. You want to see teams where you're like, I feel good. Phillip Rivers, get out of here. Justin Jefferson, I don't think I have any, and I honestly do not want any. He's not even a player who I could like squint and see. 0 of 12 there. Christian Watson, I did not draft any Christian Watson. Olave, I drafted a lot. 6 of 25. We'll look at my third highest scoring. Why not? Oh, we just looked at that team. This one. Look at this one. Hurts, Geno, Taylor, Jacobs, Pacheco. You know, that team is so depressing. I'm not looking at that one anymore. All right, this team. Allen Love, Gibbs, Achane, Warren, Etienne, Ramondre. Awesome. Jamo, Igbuka, Olave, Jennings, Reed, Palmer, Leggett, Washington. Awesome. Henry, Fannin, Musgrave. Awesome. That team rocks. Okay. Sure, dude. Thank you for the super chat. We'll look at your Greyhound team in a second. I'm sure the people are jazzed for it. Loveland went 3 of 30. Not good. This one's a Bijan JT Ladd team. This one is a CM. This is one of my better teams. Allen Mahomes, CMC, Judkins, White, Woody. London, who like, you know, if you got London, you kind of want him to miss this week and advance, right? Worthy, Igbuka, Rice, Shakir, Mooney, Palmer, Dobbs, Loveland, and Kincaid. And then this team has like no RB2. Michael Wilson. I drafted so little Michael Wilson because I was like, what's the point? He stinks. But I do have some. 1 of 7 is this team. And honestly, this team is sick. If you could dream up a team that needs Michael Wilson, it's a team with a bunch of good running backs, good tight ends, good quarterback, and needs a lot of help at wideout. Fannon's one of my highest drafted players on DraftKings. Another reason that like exposures don't tell everything. Right? Because like I objectively advanced a lot more in these big board contests. 55 teams with expected advance rate of like 30 or something. But my exposures are different. So it is what it is, right? And that won't matter if I get a team into the finals in BBM. Corum. I actually liked Corum more than what's his face, but the analysis paralysis of it didn't lead me to draft a lot. So I have him on a 5-5-5 team though, so I feel well exposed. You know, if I have a team like Stafford, Puka, and Corum, Nico, very few Nico teams. Okay, my girl made dinner, so what we're gonna do? I'm starving. So we're going to look at this team, my one Nico team. Trevor Stroud, CMC, Cook, Henderson, Mason. Jaleel McLaughlin, man. I was right over the estimate, people. Let that be why I win. Nico, Olave, Ibuka, Burden, Trey, Tillman, Douglas. We're going to do a playoff best ball gauntlet here on Underdog. Again, I'll have my stuff live tomorrow. End of day tomorrow. But let's just draft one. Generational year to draft playoff best ball. All right, structure here. Oh, wait, we got to look up my guys. Dude, Your username is gonna effing kill me, man. Mikola Jack Cone Opka 2681. Are you telling me that there was 2,000 other Mikola J-E? Oh, you said this was a Greyhound. Maybe you didn't draft any of these. Nope. Cone Op PKA 2681. MIKOLAJEKKONOPKA. Okay. I need the username, Mikola. Oh, okay. You said it's Mekon123. Hilarious. All right, brother. Well, first, please, God, let us start this with Josh Allen. Yes. Fate. The Bills are so clearly making the playoffs. You are fooling yourselves. I mean, the Super Bowl. You are fooling yourself if you think all these wet noodle AFC teams are going to stop them. The only team that could is the Chiefs. Only team. Anyways, real quick. Mekon's team here. Caleb Penix, Flacco. Crazy combo here, dude. Like, did you want me to look at this team because it has dead quarterback spots? Okay, so you got solo Caleb. Not great. Not going to lie to you. Bijan, Bucky. Bucky is very good. Super key. Javante, good. JSN, DJ Moore. Flowers, Judy, Golden, Burden, Dobbs, Wilson. It's not the best group, but it's pretty good. Tyler Warren. Zach Ertz is out for the year. I only did 2 sprints, but I'm drafting 100%. There. Went 2 of 2. It only says 1, but there's wild cards. So what's fun is I got 2 Bucky teams into the sprint. This one's a Josh Allen, Bucky, Bijan team. And this team is a Bucky, Cook, Puka, Tet team. So fun sweat the sprint. I never really did much volume, but hey, 100%. Packers versus Bills Super Bowl. I definitely see that. I've been doing most of my volume of playoff best ball right now on DraftKings because their first prize is $1 million. And Underdog just dropped their Gauntlet today. Okay, tough spot here. Who are we going to do? So Eagles are open. Let's just take Shakir and let this guy go about his way. I've not looked at the rules or anything. I don't know if okay, this is 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5. 500 person final. Super top heavy, of course. Dude, the Broncos drafters, like, come on, be serious. Man, do we gotta like play like Lions? Let's do the Lions, whatever. This is my first Bills Lions stack. But when this guy goes Cook Jacobs, kind of tough. This guy goes Saquon. The Eagle stuff is all over the place. Sometimes I do this and I take an Eagle and like 5 people fight me on the Eagles. Sometimes I take an Eagle and then like Hurts is available in like the 6th round. I mean, I think people are generally a little low on the Chargers compared to how good they are. Justin Herbert will be the 2nd best quarterback in the AFC playoffs. Okay, so this guy maybe just doesn't know what he's doing. A Cook, Jacobs, Henderson team. Why is that bad? Well, you can't have a Super Bowl with this trio. And May is gone. So, like, why are you taking Henderson? This guy's team makes sense. So maybe he just really he actually wanted to go Patriots Packers, and he's begrudgingly taking Cook to try to advance. Like, he doesn't want someone like me to have Cook. So he's taking Cook to advance a Packers-Patriots team. It's weird. This guy also, Feel got screwed here a little bit. Okay, we're clearly going to go Kincaid. Now, on DraftKings, you have to have a tight end, so Kincaid is even better. And then I think what I do... Walker's tempting, but you know what? Let's just jam the Lions. Yeah. The Bears losing was pretty good for the Lions. Okay. This thing has the Lions at 40% to make the playoffs. New York Times playoff sims. Let's see. If the Lions... So this is a super huge week for them. If they beat all the teams, they're guaranteed. If they beat all the teams except the Rams, they're 97%. So all they got to do is beat the Steelers, Vikings, and Bears. So basically that Bears game might be a playoff game. Right? 95% with a Rams loss and 3 straight wins. 3 games they'll be favored in. Honestly, the Lions don't seem bad. How many BBMs did I get in? 26. 36 DK Millies. The expected to play, I don't put as much weight into, especially this year. This is a weird year, man, where tell me the juggernauts. I personally think the Bills are the juggernaut of the AFC. And I would love a Super Bowl path that is like any combo of Denver, New England, whatever, right? Who do I not want to play? I don't want to play the Chiefs. I don't want to play the Ravens. I don't care how they're doing this year. Those are the teams I don't want to play because this is a quarterback league and those are the better quarterbacks. I would love to play Denver as a Bills fan. Like, I'm sorry, but Bo Nix is terrible. He's not bad. He is terrible, in my opinion. Just look up their wins. So, okay, there's a lot of different ways you can do these, but I'm just going to jam the Lions because you got to keep in mind this is open right now. If the Lions win against the Rams, what will happen? Well, their price is going to go way up. Okay, seems prudent to mix in another NFC team here. Let's go Jaden Reed. So we're just getting a Packer in there. Whatever. Could be an advanced rate play. Yeah, like the Texans, I don't... They historically great defense. I just don't think they're good enough. I think this is a pretty casual take. The Bills are clearly an elite run game, clearly an elite O-line, and an elite secondary. Lamar is kind of a crazy play. Like, does this guy know how this contest works? I don't think so, actually. I don't know what Neil is doing here either. Oh, okay. He has Ramondre. Lamar not making the playoffs? Probably not. I don't think this week actually matters that much. The Bills are not getting the 1 seed, right? Well, I mean, Christian Benford just limited Jamar Chase to 14 yards. Yeah, I think it's a mistake to ever try to just advance your team because there's almost always a team you can get, especially this year. And then in the NFC, guys, like, okay, Matthew Stafford and the Rams, they're my favorite. They're everyone's favorite. But I see really strong cases for the Packers, for the Seahawks. And like, I don't feel as good about the Lions, but yeah, they got a chance too. Yeah, I don't think people understand that New England's O-line is hurt. Like, New England is going to be an elite team in the future. They're just a year early to me, right? They hit on a lot of free agents. Good for them. They bought this good team. May is obviously good, but I just think it's a year early for them. You know? Yeah, you do not want, like, if the AFC 1 seed is the Broncos or Patriots, it's a weird year where you do not want them. See, I last year was way out on the Vikings because of Darnold, but I actually think it's gone too far. Did that guy take Dobbs? I'm gonna assume he did. Yeah. Okay, this is a good time to take just like Ty Johnson. Gives you another running back. Goff is draftable for me, but not required. Keon is there. It's not even clear that Keon's like ahead of Gabe Davis, honestly. Charbonnet as an advanced rate piece is fine. I think we go David Montgomery, though. So there's a lot of different ways you can do these. Some people, like, there's going to be years where you need to have advanced rate pieces. So that would be like a random Lad McConkey, a random Nico Collins. There's also going to be a lot of years where Josh Allen just drops 40 points or Gibbs drops 40 points, and almost any team that drafts them advances to the next round. And in that case, you don't want these random advanced rate pieces. So that's why I recommend mixing it up. But yeah, I think it's gone a little too far on the Seahawks is a pumpkin thing. Like, I like their chances better than the 49ers just because the 49ers defense is terrible. But yeah, it's a pretty wide open year. I think if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, which like it sounds crazy, but it's not the worst week to buy the Chiefs. I know they're 10%, but it's really not the worst week. Darnold's not been playing well, don't get me wrong, but I like this team quite a bit. I've not been doing any Lions stuff, and the Lions used to be way more expensive. Obviously, that doesn't matter because this contest dropped today. But, what is the Lions' dream? Their Lions' dream is to dodge the Rams and play anyone else. And if that's the case, they have a decent defense. Not a great one, a decent one. Okay, so here, I would not usually go 2 quarterback with Goff, but when I'm jamming one Super Bowl so heavily, I think it's pretty reasonable. If not, I think guys like Keon or Packer would be the play for me. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go Goff. And you have outs to like, the Bills win, but they win because defensive touchdowns, random stuff, and Goff has a good game and advances. And I'm pretty much playing only one Super Bowl. I'm playing Bills Lions, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back later this week for more best ball playoffs and playoff best ball. My stuff will be live at beatbestball.com tomorrow, at least our first write-up. Then we'll do some more private streams. We'll be mixing it up, drafting on Underdog and DraftKings. Good luck. Peace out.